Why put it in somebody else's lap?
I felt this very much myself. I couldn't agree more with what you say. And I felt the low watermark came at that sort of ghastly period in Hollywood with magazines, Confidential and so on and so forth, where the whole thing finally blew up to such a stage that, you know, one hardly dare open these magazines for fear of what one was going to read next. And I think more illusions crashed to the ground during that period than ever before.
I was threatened by Confidential magazine and by the man who finally killed himself in a taxi, I believe. Didn't he? The late Mike Connolly called me and he said Confidential magazine is going to print an article about you because you're having a problem with your daughter. And I said, he has 3 daughters, doesn't he? And they said, yes. And I said, Mike, bring him over. And the minute he walked in, I said, how old are your daughters? And he told me, and I said, any problems? He said, oh, my goodness, so many problems with them and they're teenagers. One is 18, one is 15, one is 13. And I said, would you like me to print it? He said they wouldn't be interested in me, but they're interested in your problems. So, what can you do about it?
What is your feeling about a star like Elizabeth Taylor, who started as a teenager in films and is certainly emerging as a very important actress?
We were both born at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. I, long before Miss Taylor, of course. I have been known to criticize Miss Taylor on occasion for her personal life. That's none of my business. I never should have done it. This girl, I think, has developed into one of the finest actresses on the screen that I've ever seen. And, of course, she's had a good tutor.
What finally made you part company with Metro after a long run, nearly 20 years?
17 years and 2 lousy pictures, and I asked for my release.
Before you quit MGM, you'd made at least 4 films with director George Cukor. A Woman's Face, which was one of them, was hailed as the best film of the year. What is the nature of your tremendous sympathy and empathy with George Cukor?
The magic of a director as Clark Gable had it as an actor. To me, Cukor can do no wrong. He makes you have a sense of humor about yourself, which I never had until I worked with Cukor. He'll say, and what the hell are you trying to do? You made a mistake and you're not allowed to make one. And you say, so I goofed, I'm sorry. He'd bawl me out in front of the whole cast and crew. And he saw once it didn't work, because I burst into tears and left the set. And once in a while I got so angry with him, I said, all right, I'll fix you. I'll do it just the way you want. And I got exactly what he wanted on the next day.
Film so very much that it seemed to me that although filmmaking might have been conveyor belted, although there's some truth in the charge that artists were manufactured and
you
obviously
manufacture
did.
toys, you don't manufacture stars. You can't turn them out. There were nowadays you see them, they're all out of the same cookie cutter, you know. I still think we should go back to romantic pictures. The world is so angry. I'm no Cinderella, but by golly, the world is so angry that if we could get romantic pictures back again, and no angry young men, and have the young men have their hair cut, and the young ladies let it grow, I think we'd get back to a nice human relationship again throughout the world.
It seems to me now that films are made at almost a sort of committee level. There are so many vested interests. There's